A failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. B.F. Skinner. My friends, as we look at the markets today, we see the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, along with Bitcoin pulling back and down. We see 20-year bonds up, gold up. Let's jump into these charts. Again, I said Wednesday would tell us some things. What do we see going on? Well, we see, again, weakness in the market, not being able to sustain these up moves. We see a green spinning top forming here after a large volume last week, where the market was perhaps the insiders were dumping where they were. Now, again, we want some more confirmation. But with the market pulling back 0.69%, we see that we've got another spinning top there. We can see on the 2-day candle, it moving into a doji representing Tuesday and Wednesday. We can see we had things, a lot of indecision in the morning and then pushing through. The weekly trend line on that half-day chart in the afternoon. We look at where things are on the NASDAQ 100, down 0.65%. Again, we've got a small up candle there. Let's blow that up a little bit. Yep, it's a small up candle. It is reaching a bit of a higher high volume as we close the market on today. We see that the market is about in line to be average volume. We can see this latest 2-day candle is again a small green up candle, not reaching the height of the prior 2-day candle. And look at this, spinning top in the morning, almost a doji really in the morning, and a big spinning top with lots of movement up and some down, also just above that weekly trend line on both the half-day and the 2-day chart. So we'll keep an eye on the S&P and see the NASDAQ 100 and see where it is going. Now let's take a look at what bonds are doing. And again, bonds are showing us some real weirdness, up 0.56% for the day. We have pretty much a doji for the week, a doji for the 2-day candle. We can see where the last 2 days bonds have moved up. It's pushed through that weekly trend line on the half-day, not on the 2-day. And of course, we draw the trend line on the weekly. But as we look, we can see lots of indecision here on bonds, and we'll see just what they're going to do with a little bit more time. What about gold? Gold up for the day, 0.85%. We have had 2 days, you can see on this half-day chart, of strong up movement in gold. We can see where things have, again, doji, spinning tops. And this latest candle, though, on the 2-day is a green up candle, not reaching the high that we saw back on that 2-day candle representing Wednesday, the 12th, and Thursday, the 13th. But we do see an up move there, sitting right there on that weekly trend line on the 2-day chart, having pushed through it on the weekly. So we'll keep an eye on gold. Again, it's not making higher highs. So we'll see if indeed that's going to die and it's going to roll back over. Pay attention to volume. Lastly, we look at Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin down for the day, 1.39%. We can see where Bitcoin spiked up in the morning on the 26th on the half-day chart, and then moved, lots of indecision, popped up and then down, and now it is below that weekly trend line, which is almost flat. So again, not showing a lot of leadership with any up price movement, sustained up price movement in Bitcoin. Of course, we want to see Bitcoin move back and forth. We want the pattern to become more like we see on the S&P 500, where you have discernible red and green candles where you can jump in and get out and ride the trend. That is not happening in Bitcoin at this point. Doesn't make me really excited about it. Why? Because when you jump into Bitcoin, you're really taking a great deal of risk without anything to back up your strategy, or at least that we have to share with you. So practice trade what you feel comfortable with. But again, trying to find something in Bitcoin, just not happening for us right now. Thanks so much for being with us. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World headquarters.